Okay, I think we've got this going. Good morning, everyone on Facebook. Sandra Madaffrey here. I'm going to share my screen in the webinar. If you want to jump on, please do so. Get the slideshow going. I will also pop my chat box up for anyone who is in the actual and record. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to Personal Strength Assessment Part 3. This is the last instalment of Personal Strength Assessment, but an incredibly important one because as I often explain to people, you are your business, and the way you show up in your business every single day will depend on how successful your business is. So it's so important to understand that you are the pivotal point in your business. You are the person who gets the wheels turning around in your business. So really, really important that you understand your needs so that you can actually show up to your business, have your needs fulfilled, and then thus grow a more passionate and larger business. So let's have a look. So as I explain every week, why? Why would you want to do a personal strength assessment? Why is it important for you to know what I'm going to tell you today in this little webinar? Because you can focus on the activities that energize you. So that when you get out of bed in the morning, you think, cool, I'm loving this. I'm going to go to work. I'm enjoying turning up, and you feel energized. You show up better energy. You communicate with colleagues, or you communicate with your employees, or you communicate with your clients on a completely different level when you're feeling really energized in your business. So that you can be passionate about what you do. There's nothing worse than going off to work in a business that you're not passionate about. It makes showing up easy and effortless. It makes getting up early in the mornings and, doing what you have to do every day, jumping on social media, whatever it is that you need to do every day, easy and effortless for you. And probably most importantly, it avoids burnout and fatigue. A lot of us don't realize that mental and emotional stress actually causes more burnout and fatigue than actual physical stress. So what do I do best is the first thing you need to ask yourself. When it comes to showing up in your business as you and showing up and wanting to show up, ask yourself, what do I do best and what part of my work do I enjoy most? I often speak with my clients and say, let's get to a certain point in your business. You keep doing what you enjoy the most. And then we start looking at outsourcing, the things that they do not like to do. So most business owners, what happens is they have to do everything at the beginning, and they end up not doing or procrastinating on the things that they don't like. And then, of course, overwhelm starts to set in. And what happens is then they don't show up in their business, that they become, really resentful that they have to do things that they don't like. So ask yourself, what part of my work do I enjoy the most? Because that's the part that you will keep on doing even once you grow your business. Okay? And ask yourself, what gives you the most joy and fun to do? Because there'll be things that you enjoy doing the most, things that bring you a lot of fun, things that bring you a lot of joy, and you want to focus and continue doing those. So really assessing what you want from your business is very, very important, and what it does for you, because if you don't do that and as you grow, doing those mundane tasks that you do not like to do really drags you down. So let's have a look at the emotional strengths as well. So what part of my work gives me the greatest accomplishment? This is where you remember your why you do what you do, and being able to work and get that feeling, that sense of accomplishment that you've done something for someone else, or that you achieved your goals, really allows you, even in those challenging days when things aren't going the way you want, to be able to just keep on going. So what part of your work gives you the greatest sense of accomplishment? And start to focus on these things. Remember, I always say, remember your why. When things are hard, when things don't go the way you want it to, remember your why. And what part of my work gives me inner peace? This is really important. You want to, you cannot separate, I guess this is a better way of saying it, you cannot separate yourself from your work, especially when you're an entrepreneur. You are your work. You are that business, okay? And you want to be doing in your business stuff that brings you inner peace, so that when you shut off, whenever you shut off in the evening, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever it is for you, that you have a sense of inner peace and you're not shutting off from work and all of a sudden you've got a monkey mind going 100 miles an hour. I haven't done this, I haven't done that. Or you're feeling angst around your work. So it's really important. And here again, like I keep saying, this is about short term doing everything in your work. I always tell all my clients, my VIP masterminders, at the beginning, you have to do everything. You have to know how to do everything. It's so important, right, that you do absolutely everything in your business for risk assessment. If you start to outsource and people might leave or something might happen, you need to be able to pick up the slack. So you need to do everything, but then you need to start focusing on what you love to do in your business and outsourcing to other people. I mean, one of the things that I outsource is my social media. I don't have time to get on there and do the amount of social media that I need to, but it's not something I really enjoy doing with my time either, is just sitting on Facebook all day. But I have an expert that does that for me. So it's all about, when you assess your your personal strengths in your business and you outsource to others, you're outsourcing to their strengths as well. So in actual fact, you're growing a little team, whether you employ someone or whether it's someone that you outsource to or you consult to. You build a team of people around you that everyone works with their strengths and what they like to do. And of course, this is how your business flourishes, because you wake up in the morning and you're excited to do what you want to do, and they are waking up in the morning excited to do what they want to do too. So it's really important that you understand your business, that you know everything about it, that you can jump in and take over at any time if need be, but that once you grow, that you begin to work with what you like to work with the most. And the other one I want to ask is, and this is a really important one, and this actually, I spoke to someone yesterday who said to me, and usually people don't say this to me right at the beginning of a consultation, I've decided that I'm no longer going to work with the sort of clients I don't want to work with. And that's not because clients are bad or people shouldn't work with specific clients. Everyone should work with everybody, but we all have our own personalities. Clients all have their own unique personalities, and there's certain people or certain pain points that you don't want to work with, and that's completely okay. And you're allowed to give yourself permission to say, I don't want to work with these kind of people. Because what ends up happening, if you try to be everything to everybody, you end up feeling drained of energy, and this is when things like burnout occurs. So one of the very first thing that I speak about with my clients is, who is your target market? Who is that person that you want to work with? So usually you can tell who those people are, because they're the sort of people you like to be around on a personal setting as well. So what kind of traits do people that you're around, that you enjoy to spend a little bit of time, what sort of traits do they have? Because that will be the sort of people that you want to hang out with in your business. I absolutely love all my clients. I love the clients who, they're so much like me that it's a joy to help them out. Okay, so there's a couple of little things. I like people who are action takers, and that's because I'm like that. There's nothing wrong with anyone who's not an action taker. It's just that I find myself getting incredibly drained by people that I have to keep accountable. And that's probably comes back on the reflection of myself that I don't like being kept accountable at all. I do what I believe I need to do. So there's no right or wrong here. It's just, who do you like to be around? What's your personality like? Because these clients need to not like to be around you as well. And that's really important, because that's how you get results. This is part of the connection. The more you connect with someone, the better results they're going to get, and the more excited and passionate you're going to feel within your business. So really, really important that you understand the kind of clients that you want to work with. And if you do have someone, and we just had this conversation on the weekend with a class that I ran, if you do have someone that comes along who is not your ideal client, it doesn't mean you say to them, you're not my ideal client, I don't want to work with you. You just have a nice list of people that colleagues that you can refer them to. But if you work with someone that you're not enjoying working with, you're not doing yourself any favors, and you're definitely not doing the client any favors either, because you will not show up to that client's appointments the way you should be showing up. You should be waking up every morning, looking at your diary and going, yep, I've got all these great clients today, the sort of clients that you want to work with. And it's really important that you understand this, because this is a massive mistake that I see all the time. And often when I hear people say, oh, I worked with a therapist or I worked with a business coach and it didn't quite work, I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of the time it's because there's not a personality clash. I wouldn't call this a clash. It's just not an alignment in personalities. And so what happens is that both the therapist or the coach and the client are not turning up to those sessions with the amount of passion that they should, because they're not enjoying what goes on within the sessions, in the sense of not the therapy work, because you've got to have cognitive dissonance to have therapy work make that transformation. But I'm saying they're sort of not gelling together. So really important. What kind of people do you like to hang around with? Because they're the kind of clients you'd like to work with as well. And if anyone has any comments, please pop them either on Facebook or here in the Zoom. I'll love to answer those comments. Or if you have any questions, please let me know. And again, who are you most comfortable with? You want to be comfortable around your clients that you can be you. Okay, when you have to meet up with a client that you cannot be you, again, you're not showing up properly. So you're not doing yourself a favor and you're not doing them a favor either. Okay, what sort of values do they have? What's important to them? So that's it for another Tuesday morning. I try and keep these as quick as I can so that you can watch them quickly and that we don't drag on with these. So next Tuesday morning, I will not be here. I am teaching an NLP class, so I will not be doing a webinar on next Tuesday morning. But if you'd like to follow me, please, I am on YouTube. There is lots of resources on YouTube. I've been doing these webinars for almost a year, 2 years now. So there's lots and lots of different topics. So please join me on YouTube and subscribe to my channel if you want to see what I'm doing. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. If anyone wants to reach out, please do so. My email is admin@sandramodafferi.com.au. And I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you for everyone who's watching live on Facebook. Have a great week, and I will see you in 2 weeks. If you have something that you would like to talk to me about, if you have something that you have questions about when it comes to your business, or even actually your personal life, and you'd like me to talk about that topic, please let me know. I'd love to create a little webinar on your specific topic. Thanks for being here, guys. I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.